So I got this question asked of me not long ago. What is a golf swing supposed to look like? Beginning golfer asking that question. And by the way, you got any questions about your golf game, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. So what does a golf swing look like? Well, simply put, there's some turn that goes on in a swing, and there's some lift that goes on in a swing. And if you can have some turn and you can have a little lift, you're going to have a pretty good looking golf swing. So let's first talk about what the posture is going to look like before we get into a turn and into a lift. So the posture is going to be this. When we're in the down the line view, what I want to do is I want the bend to happen here in my hips. And as I bend, I want you to feel like your rear is pushing back. That when you stand straight up, your rear is more or less over your heels. And when you bend, that it goes outside. I want you to really feel the push of your rear getting outside of your heels. And as that's happening, your body is now dropping down this way. So you almost get the sense that the center of your body is just lowering. It's not going out over your toes. It's not going back away. It's just dropping kind of straight down like an elevator. And this is creating that. So you bend in the waist and you have a little break in your knees. And then there, you're set up properly. So now, from here, you're ready to make a motion, okay? So the first thing that we have to do in order to make this motion is we got to understand what a turn is, all right? Now, some people talk about weight shift. Weight shift, I think, can be a little clumsy in the understanding, because we think about shifting, we think about this. And what I want you to be thinking about is a rotation that's going to take place, okay? So if I stand up without any bends and I just rotate my body like this, I feel like now I've turned. This is what we'll call camera 2 or camera 1. We'll turn back to camera 1. So camera 2 here, and then I'm just going to turn my body to camera 1. And when I go here to here, my chest is turned. Now my hips have not turned that much. My hips have turned to about camera 3. So camera 3 is right over here. Your shoulders are going to have more range of motion than your hips. It's just the way it works. But you're going to feel like your hips are turning, and then your shoulders are turning. They're going to turn a little bit more. So we get in here like this, and now we turn back to where we're facing there. And a wonderful drill is to take the golf club and you put it right in your belly button. The club shaft is now perpendicular to your chest. You hold this like this so that your arms are extended out. You bend over and you turn that club so it's facing back towards camera 1 there. Now what you'll notice is that my chest has turned to that. The club is still perpendicular to my chest. I used to do this drill all the time. Chest to there. So we just get used to this. What you'll also notice when I do this is I'm not lifting my arms. So that club head, I'm going to make this up, is 2.5 feet off the ground. When I turn back this way, it's 2.5 feet off the ground. The club head has not gone up in the air like this. When your elbows, if your elbows bend, the club shaft is going to start to point up in the air and the head will get up in the air. It will get higher off the ground. So here they're straight, here they're bent. You can see the difference in that club shaft. So we're here and we rotate to there, my arms are straight. Now, from here, this is where we're going to lift. And what I want you to do is I don't want you to lift to your nose. I want you to lift to your trail shoulder. So you're going to go turn and then lift to your trail shoulder. Turn and lift to your trail shoulder. Okay? And now what you're going to do is you're going to hold the club down there at the end, and we're going to turn, my arms are straight, and lift to my trail shoulder. Now you're going to do it with a golf ball. Turn and lift to the trail shoulder and then down. It's not important that you strike the ball solidly right now. You're just getting a feel of what's going on with the motion. Okay? So we go turn, and then lift to the trail shoulder, and then down. Okay, that was a little bit better. Now, a couple other things that you have to understand about what a golf swing is going to look like and how to make one. The first concept, other than the turn and the lift, is that impact does not look like address. So many people, whether they're beginning golfers or even good golfers, they think that you should look at impact like you look at address. That is not true. Impact, I'm facing the ball. I'm sorry. Address, I'm facing the ball. Impact, I'm trying to face the target. But I don't want to face the target standing straight up. I want to be bent over. So when we start thinking about impact, what I want you to do is I want you to leave the club there and feel like your hips and your chest are going to turn to that target over there. Now, what you'll notice when you do that is this trail elbow is going to start to bend. You don't go straight with it, you can't do it. If you let that have some softness to it, now all of a sudden, and the reason why that elbow has to bend is because when you start to turn, that trail shoulder is going to go down. So my trail shoulder at address is going to be blocking my logo in that screen behind me. But when I turn to go get the ball, that trail shoulder goes down. My head is going to go down. It doesn't stay up here. So now all I want you to do is just feel a little impact. We're not going to make a full backswing here. We're just going to make a turn and then feel a little impact there. So what you do with this is, and remember, you're building this motion, okay? So you make a little back, your elbow bends, keep that there, rotate your body through that and face the target. Okay? So we get here, we turn this club back just a little bit. Elbow will have a little bend now, so I'm not really turning my chest fully, just getting a little bend and then carrying it through to the target. And when I'm done, you want to feel like your shoulders are on a little bit of an angle. They're not parallel to the ground. They're kind of pointing down the ground. So water would go from your lead shoulder down your trail shoulder and down into the ground that way. Okay? Let's try one more. So we take this back, let it bend, and then go through. Okay? Now, the last part of this is the body's rotating through and the lifting. So remember I talked about how the backswing, there's a turn and a lift over the trail shoulder. Now when you come back through, the body turns, the arms get thrown there, and then you're going to lift them up over the lead shoulder. So that swing is going to go turn, lift over the trail shoulder, turn, lift over the lead shoulder. So now we turn here, and we turn there. Turn here, turn there. What you'll notice is, in my golf swing, when I turn back, my left foot, my lead foot, stays on the ground. When I turn through, my trail foot, my right foot, comes up into the air. If you want to let your lead foot come up into the air this way, that's fine. You have to let the trail foot come up in the air in the through swing. Don't keep that trail foot on the ground. So you come through like this, and you go like this, you're going to stop your body's rotation. The body has to go all the way through. This time the hips have to face forward. So in the backswing, they face on a 45-degree angle to camera 3. But in the through swing, they're facing all the way to the target. In order for them to face all the way to the target, that trail foot has to come up into the air there. So we make a backswing. Chest goes to camera 1 back here. Hips go to camera 3. And then through both the hips and the chest and shoulders, they face straight away. So we go turn, lift, turn, lift. And now a golf swing. Okay, that's the golf swing. Try one more. So turn and lift over the trail shoulder, turn and lift over the lead shoulder. Okay? And we're turning everything all through that. So turn, lift, turn, and lift. And that's what a golf swing looks like. So if you want to practice that, start with that club right there in the belly button. Turn your body back to camera 1 so that your shoulders are now 90 degrees to where they started, and the club shaft is now parallel to the strike line, pointing back over there. Then you lift over that trail shoulder right here, my right shoulder. And then when we come through, rotate, trail elbow stays bent, come through and lift, just like that. And when you do that, what you're going to find is you have a very efficient golf swing and a very effective golf swing. Don't put speed into your motion just yet. Get comfortable with the motion. What does it look like? How do you do it? How do you perform it? And then you put speed in later. It's like learning to drive a car. When you first start driving the car, you don't drive very, very fast. And as you get more and more comfortable, that's when you start understanding how to increase the speed, how to predict turns and things like that when you're out there driving. You want to have a good golf swing, you got to do it slowly first. The final thing is, what I would recommend is when you're just learning this, start with one club. Don't swing 14 golf clubs. Swing one club. I recommend a 9-iron, possibly an 8-iron. I wouldn't go higher than an 8. I wouldn't go lower than the pitching wedge. Get yourself one club and then just work on that motion. Get used to what that feels like. When you start getting used to that, then you start putting some speed in, hit some golf balls. When you have some success, possibly then you start putting in different golf clubs, okay? That's how you make a golf swing. And remember, in order for you to have that success, what you have to do is you've got to repeat this. Fall in the habit of rehearsal. Rehearsal is really good. You'll get more and more comfortable. As you get more and more comfortable, you'll get more and more effective with your golf swing. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.